Well, folks, here we are, exactly 6 months to the day since Non-League to Legend 2018 started. First ever Saturday episode of the series. Playing against our biggest local rivals, Tottenham, in their first ever Champions League final. Neither us or them have ever won the Champions League before. It feels like the game is setting all of this up for a poetic end to the series. The stars are all aligned. The problem is we've all played Football Manager before and we know that this means I'm about to get kicked in the teeth. Hello and welcome to Club 6 Part 41 of Non-League to Legend, the Champions League Final Special. I'm Kev and it's the Champions League Final. It's a special and I'm very excited. We all know the story of how we made it through to the Champions League. If you need a recap, I suggest you go and watch back through the last 4 or 5 episodes. Some massive highlights in there. Pingu's 5 goals against Real Madrid, pretty much single-handedly dragging us through to the final. But we had our fantastic Junior David-inspired performance against Barcelona, the heroics of Jerome Whiteley against Celtic, the group stage where we just dominated. It's been an emotional and exciting time, but it does all come down to this. Tottenham finished 3rd in the Premier League. We obviously finished 2nd after the disappointment of yesterday. But we did finish 21 points ahead of them. We should be a better team than Tottenham. If we have a look, we beat them 3-1 away back in February. When we played them at home, we beat them 5-2. So we're 8-3 up on aggregate against Spurs this season, plus 21 points better than them. They've never made it to the Champions League final before. I know we've never won it, but we've made it to the final before. We've got a recent Europa League final in our history. And we won the Premier League last year. Everything points towards an Arsenal win, which is why I'm so convinced that the game is just going to thump us. But there's been people saying in the comments over the course of the last few days about how they've never seen anybody so nervous when they're 5 goals up. That's because A, I've played Football Manager before. You know what this game is like. And B, or 2, if this is relevant, this whole business going on here. You've watched my videos before. You know that as soon as something looks like it's guaranteed to happen, it doesn't happen. I'm called Backdoor Kev for a reason. And we're not backdooring this Champions League. We've knocked out the 2 best teams in Europe, and now we're in a final against a team we should beat comfortably. That isn't the backdoor. We're solid, strong favourites, and I'm terrified by that, because I think that might just be the first time in the whole of Non-League to Legend this season where we've been the favourites for anything. I don't care for it. This is the team that we're putting out there to try and win the Champions League. We've got Vice in goal, a back four of Martelot, Felipe, Vitali and Alex. Davidson, Leshy and Henrique are in midfield, with Schaefer in behind Pingu and Pinero. I'm so very afraid. Let's get into the game. Oh, Gordon Bennett, please don't do anything stupid or horrible. It will just make me so very sad. Why am I having to press the buttons so many times? Oh, where's my coffee? I've got my colour changing Super Mario mug, which I don't think is my mug. I think it's Anna's mug, but I'm using it today to make me feel better. I'm recording this very early in the morning, which is why I need coffee. Yes, it's Derby Day. Huzzah! Yes, we might have risked Jamie, but we're not going to risk it. Look, there I am, wandering out my suit. There's Pep Guardiola, the Tottenham manager, in his little tracksuit, because he doesn't own a tie. I own a tie. I mean, it might be an uneaten tie, because it's the only one I own now. I seem to have lost all of my ties since I stopped teaching. But at least I own a tie and 1 shirt, and apparently no jacket. I don't know where my suit has gone. Schaefer has scored with 45 seconds on the clock in the Champions League final. Patrick Schaefer has pounced. Possibly the best signing of Non-League to Legend this year, Schaefer. Not just because of that goal, but we are going to have over the... I'm already talking as if we won the game. Don't say that, Kev. Come back to that sentence later on. Let's not count our chickens before they're hatched, because you know this game's still going to thump you. And oh, Vice, big save. Goodness me. I've not been able to stop myself sitting there and planning what we'll do after the series finishes. And it might not even finish. If we don't win, we count it as business as normal on Monday. We have to... I think I'll just resign on the spot. I think this is my last game with Arsenal regardless. I know I've been saying all along, I'm not going to resign from Arsenal even if we don't achieve our goals this year. I think I've changed my mind. I don't think I can show my face at the Emirates ever again. if we lose the Champions League final to Tottenham, I can't imagine how I would ever be allowed back. I saw what they did to hound Arsene Wenger out of that club, and he never did anything this bad. He never lost a Champions League final against Tottenham. And, oh God, they're coming in again. The commentary on this match, I'll level with you early on. It's going to be patchy because I'm afraid. Pinheiro is in and hits the underside of the crossbar. But being 2-0 up after 13 minutes would have been massive. But we have missed a couple of big chances already now. And, I'm so afraid. Right, headed clearance. Because obviously, the other thing you've got to remember is we've just bottled the Premier League. We're now questioning our ability. The momentum, you could argue, is with Tottenham, unless you just count the momentum of this tournament, because then obviously we just thumped Real Madrid, so that would put the momentum back with us again. Pingu tries to find Pinheiro, but can't make it across the area. Martelot's running in the wrong direction, but the king of the long ball, Felipe, lumps it forward to Pinheiro, who hits the post again. We've hit the frame of the goal 3 times in the first 22 minutes of this game. I tell you what, if we hadn't have got that early goal from Schaefer, I would be absolutely bricking it now, even more than I already am. I am just afraid. I don't like it when we dominate games the way we're dominating this game and don't capitalise on it, because, again, I've played Football Manager before. I know what it's got planned for me. I know what it's got in store. It doesn't want me to be happy. It doesn't want me to stop playing. It knows as soon as we win the Champions League, we stop playing this save. But what you have to remember, Football Manager, if you're listening, I'm going to let everybody else play it. Yeah? Wouldn't that be fun? Not just Kev playing you. Loads of people playing you. Wouldn't that be nice? Got to persuade the game to let me win the Champions League here. I've not bitten my nails ever in my life. I'm tempted to start biting my nails. It's always struck me as a little bit disgusting because I've seen the muck that comes out from under nails, so I don't really want to put that in my mouth. It'd be like sucking the sole of your shoe. But now feels like a time for doing that, just as a way to calm myself down. And there's their equaliser. And it's exactly what we were saying. We dominated for so long that the game has now decided to just come and punish us and put us in our place. And yeah, we need to just chill. We'll be fine. Let's not panic. Come on, Kev, don't panic. You'll be absolutely fine. We've got... Oh, they're attacking again. Now we can panic. Right, it's with Pingu. Come on, Pingu. We need another Pingu special. You were so good against Real Madrid, and you've really not done anything since that game. I'm thinking back to the Manchester United match where we just capitulated, and Tottenham has scored again. No, not like this. Not at all, really. I don't want to lose in any way. I say not like this. I don't care how we lose. I don't want to lose. I want to win this match. Come on. It's a good finish as well. That makes it all the more painful. If they'd have just bundled it over the line, then I could have just accepted they were playing better than us. But that was a good finish. Right, we now have to regroup. We were in control of this game for so long, and now Tottenham are absolutely in the driving seat. Leshy to Martelot. We need a quick equaliser here. A quick equaliser goes a long way. Schaefer plays Pingu in, and that's exactly what we've got. And of course, it's Pingu. I mean, that's pretty much an immediate equaliser. Within a minute, I think, Pingu goes up the other end. It's a beautiful ball through from Schaefer, I think it was. Leshy across to Davidson, then to Schaefer. Schaefer just threads the needle, and Pingu gets a lot of luck because he's hit that straight at their goalkeeper, who for some reason just does a Robin Adat and deflect. Perhaps we've got Robin Adat in goal for them. If you don't watch Back in the Borough, you really should, because then you'd know who Robin Adat is. He's a hero, and it looks like he's working for Tottenham tonight to try and help us over the line. So 20 minutes to go. We're 2-2 up. We're going to get Pinheiro off. He's been a waste of £65 million, quite frankly. Right, we'll swap. Salcedo's going to swap places with Pingu. Pingu's going to push further forward. We're going to take off Henrique and bring on Junior David as well. So we've got a hero coming on in the shape of Junior David, who hopefully can have another heroic performance, getting them homegrown Arsenal players in there. We've got Tommy Merson sat on the bench if we need him. I'm thinking we probably should have picked Jerome Whiteley as well. There was just no room for him. Pingu's through again. Come on, Pingu. Straight at their keeper again, and this time doesn't get the luck he got with the equaliser. But we do have a corner, and it's with Schaefer. Cross comes in and doesn't beat the first man, but Davidson's there to pick it up to Leshy, to Felipe. Can't do a long ball from there and he doesn't know what to do, but Leshy gets fouled. And now we have a free kick just on the edge of the area, and it's beautiful Pingu range, and he misses like by a mile as well. It wasn't even close. Right, I'm already thinking in terms of what my next substitutions are going to be. None of the defenders are playing particularly well, but I don't think now is the time to be swapping around the defence. We need to be looking at a way to go and grab a winning goal. So we've got Zanforlim and Merson on the bench. Neither of them are particularly useful in this situation. I said I'm not going to mess around with the defence. I'm tempted to bring Jamie on. Just to have a proper fullback getting forward on that right-hand side, and hopefully get some crosses in from the right-hand side. So we'll get Jamie on for Alex. And I think we get, if we go to extra time, which I really didn't want to have to do, but if we go to extra time, I think we get that fourth substitution that you lot have been telling me about for the last 6 months or so, and I'm slowly starting to remember. But it might not even get that far, because Tottenham are attacking Vitali with a last-ditch clearance. And again, and it's forward to Schaefer, Salcedo now to Martelot, forward to Davidson. We're on the counter-attack, and we've got men over, and Pingu is through. Pingu rounds the keeper, and in the last minute of the Champions League final, Pingu has done it again. That must be enough, and it was taken so beautifully. What composure, what an absolute hero, what a shade of red my face must be going right now. I'm conscious of the fact that my back door is open and I'm shouting basically in my garden about Pingu, and I just don't care. It is 3-2 to Arsenal. There's 5 minutes of time added on. We just need to chill for a second. Calm down, everybody. There is 10 seconds to go. 10 seconds until we have won the Champions League. Davidson forward to Salcedo. Pingu picks it up quite deep, tries to beat his man but can't, but Leshy bursts through, and that's it. Is that it? It's not it. I was half up out of my chair. It's just a free kick to Spurs. That is it. We've won the blooming Champions League, everybody. Look at that. I'm clapping my hands really slowly as part of the celebration. I'll level with you. I think I hit it well. I was pretty convinced that wasn't going to turn out right for us today. Deep breaths all round. Pingu has saved our bacon once again. What a performance. What a finish. What composure. That might be... it's obviously the most important goal in this series this year. But when you take the context and the match and the opponent and the stakes, that might be the most special, the best goal that has ever been scored in a match of non-league to legend. Pingu. Players' recent performances have been nothing short of sensational. You're telling me it must say in here something about him being a big game player, because he absolutely is. When the chips are down, Pingu is there to just be an absolute hero. 25 goals from 27 games in the Premier League this year. Absolutely doesn't tell the whole story, though, because in the Champions League, 18 goals from 11 games in the Champions League. That must set some kind of Champions League record. 43 goals from 38 appearances in all competitions. He needs immediately entering into the Lollujo Legends team that's available on the Steam Workshop. If the guys who made that are watching, here you go. Here's your screenshot to take. Pingu needs putting in that team now. He is a legend. He is a hero. Wowzers. Right, let's just have a little look at if the media is as excited as I am. Yes, we've won the Champions League. Yes, money. Look at all these players who I promised they could leave if we didn't win. Leshy, we promised a Champions League win. Davidson, Vice, Alex. The Arsenal fans worship me. Too right, you worship me. The board are happy. Schaefer was a bit special. Let's give Schaefer the pat on the head that he deserves. We get lots of money. Do we get to find out if Pingu is top scorer in Champions League history? Let's have a look at the Champions League. We need to look at some records. He must be. He's top scorer this season by an absolute mile. And if we look at all-time records, goals is what we want. So most goals in a season. It's certainly the most since the save has been running. It must be an all-time record, like player records. Most goals in a season, 18, Pingu. Pingu has set a new record for goals in a season in the Champions League. I think it's fair to say Pingu has just single-handedly won the Champions League for Arsenal, because if you look back through the games, we wouldn't have made it past Real Madrid without him, and we wouldn't have got back into that game in the final without him. What an absolutely spectacular penguin that man is. Whew. Which of course means non-league to legend on FM18 is complete. We finished it in 13 seasons, I think it is, or 12 seasons, faster than we've ever done it before. And there will keep an eye on the channel to see what comes next. It won't be starting anytime soon, the what's next, because I don't know what it is yet. I didn't anticipate finishing this early. But there is definitely going to be a few more videos as part of Non-League to Legend this year that are going to be appearing. So we're going to do the long-awaited 10-year review that took place after 12 years, where we're just going to have a look through at the wider footballing world. So that'll be out at some point this week. We're going to have a 5 and maybe certainly a 5 years in the future to see how Arsenal get on, see how Pingu gets on, but maybe a 10 years in the future as well if there's appetite for it. But that'll be out at some point this week as well. As ever with the Non-League to Legend saves, once I've finished releasing all of these extra little videos, there will be the save itself will be released. I'll put a Dropbox link into the last video we make on Non-League to Legend this year. I don't know what that's going to be. What I'm going to do this year that I've never done before is export this team. So the Champions League winning team is going to get exported. And here I am. This is Kev putting an open challenge out to other Football Manager content creators. If you have a team that you think can beat this Arsenal team, bring it. Because this is it. This is the one. Pingu's coming to get you. In other channel news, Back in the Borough just moves into the 4 o'clock Monday to Friday slot starting Monday. So that becomes the main series on the channel now. If you're not up to date with Back in the Borough, that gives you something to keep yourself amused with over the weekend. And then there'll be something new, probably starting in about a week to 10 days time, that fits in the existing Back in the Borough slot. But more on that when the time comes. Right. Have I talked long enough to make people think this is going to extra time? I don't want the time left on the video to have spoilt the last minute goal. So deliberately talking for an extra 5 minutes, so people watching it are thinking, well, the video's got 5 minutes left. It must have gone to extra time. Maybe it's gone to penalties. I gotcha. Oh, Pingu, what a man. If you have enjoyed that, and how could you not? Let's get this episode to 1,000 likes, surely. If you have enjoyed it, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.